Alright, welcome back to the channel, welcome back Mets fans, and welcome back baseball fans. This video is from a recommendation from one of our viewers, and the recommendation was, what about Christian Yelich to the Mets? Would that be a fit? How would that work out? Alright, but first I want to thank you so much for all of your support. I want to thank you so much for the likes and all of the subscriptions. Actually, my wife, I want to give a shout out to her. She made our channel that subscription sign, so please like and subscribe. Please, I want to show her that the sign is working. So let's get this together. Your likes mean the world to us and the channel, and that helps us grow immensely. All right, so what we're going to look at, first we're going to look at Yelich's career numbers. We're going to look at his MVP years. Then we're going to look at what the hell happened. Like, where has Yelich been in the last couple of years, and why has he been there? Number 3, we're going to look at his contract, and we're going to look at what are a couple potential Mets trades that can acquire Yelich. And that's going to be a little interesting. And number 4, I'm going to actually, based on only information that we gathered from this video, is it worth it? Would Yelich be a fit right now? Okay, so Yelich is actually going to be a very interesting player. To all those who don't really know, I know new fans probably aren't as familiar, but Yelich is a two-time MVP winner, 3-time Silver Slugger. He's a 2-time All-Star, and he actually has 1 Gold Glove. So the guy has been a 5-tour player in the past. The guy has been a phenomenal player, and he's only 30 years old. So what's going on there? Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, has proclaimed that we need 1 more bat. Could Yelich be that bat? And I mean, he has been having a couple down years, so if we can acquire him at the right price. So Yelich's career numbers, he has, through 10 years, he has an accumulated WAR of 36.1. He has 174 home runs, 630 RBIs. He bats at a career 287, 376 on base, and has an 842 OPS. So that line right there is not that bad. Just so you know what it averages to a season, that is 23 home runs, 82 RBIs, 287 batting average, 376 on base, which is not bad at all, 466 slug, and an 842 OPS. So his career numbers are good. But the big question is, what happened to not Cody Bellinger? Actually, Cody Bellinger is one of the phenomenal cases as well. Christian Yelich and Cody Bellinger has both taken a career nosedive. But right now we're focusing on Christian Yelich. What happened to Christian Yelich? So Yelich started off his career in Miami. He started off with Miami as a 290 hitter, 370 on base, and a 432 slug. Then he was traded to Milwaukee and did phenomenal in 2018 and 2019. When he was with Milwaukee in 2 seasons, he hit 327 average in 2 seasons, a 415 on base, and a 651 slug. That is out of this world. And he actually did very well at home. He slugged almost 700 at home in Milwaukee and 569 on the road. In those 2 seasons, Yelich became the first player to reach 80 home runs and 50 stolen bases. He was at his age 26 and age 27 season. So he dropped the threshold to 70 homers and 40 steals. That has only been done by guys like Dale Murphy, Sammy Sosa, and Chipper Jones. But unfortunately, all those guys remain productive in their 30s. So what is going on with Yelich and what happened to him? So Yelich, in September of 2019, he actually broke his right kneecap. He ended up missing 3 weeks, and this led to a sore back. He came back, he played 1 game, then missed another 2 weeks, and he actually had another ailment in his back. His back has troubled him since. So he hurt his kneecap, then he had to deal with back issues. Ever since then, he's always had those same problems. So at the end of last season, Brewers president David Stearns said that Yelich clearly has not been right. There may have been many reasons for it, but the the understanding on the Brewers is he has had health concerns in the past couple of years, and he needs to fix those. So what are the metrics telling us? We're going to look at metrics from 2019, 2020, and 21. In 2019, this is when he had his phenomenal year. He hit 46 home runs. He actually came in second place in the MVP. Cody Bellinger won the MVP that year. But what was special about his metrics? In 2019, his launch angle was 11.3. Many people attribute launch angle to the amount of home runs you hit. The higher the launch angle, the more home runs you hit. In 2019, the launch angle was 11.3. In 2020, the launch angle was 7.1. In 2021, the launch angle was 2.8. So as we see from 2019 to 2021, the launch angle in Christian Yelich's swing has taken a nosedive. And that has led to a lot of balls just being pounded on the ground. On this next stat, we're going to look at his ground ball percentage. 2019, the percentage of ground balls that Yelich hit was 42%. In 2020, it was 51%. In 2021, it was 56%. So as we see, as the launch angle goes down, the ground ball rate goes up. Obviously, for you to hit the ball out of the park, you don't put the ball on the ground, you put the ball in the air. And another telltale sign that there is a problem is the exit velocity. It looks like in 2019, his exit velocity, average exit velocity off the bat was 93.3. In 2021, it was 91. So he almost lost 3 percentage points in exit velocity. So that is a bit concerning. Okay. All right. What does that tell us? And you know what? Exit velocity is a very bit concerning. It's almost like a pitcher losing 4 or 5 miles off their fastball. If they lose that extra touch, that can make the difference between them being all-star, a mediocre player, and if they lose a couple more ticks, being in the major leagues. So Yelich losing that velocity, that exit miles per hour and exit 3 miles per off the bat is a bit concerning, and we know he's had his injury troubles. So as of late, I'm going to read you his last year. We spoke about from 2019 to 2021. So in 2022, what did Yelich do? In 671 plate appearances, Yelich hit 14 home runs, 57 RBIs, had 20 stolen bases. His average was a 252 throughout the year, 355 on base, which is not bad, 383 slug, which is horrendous, and had a 738 OPS, which is way below where he should be. All right, so let's look at the contract, because what was proposed is Yelich does not have value. So if we get him, it would be a situation where we acquire him at his lowest value. Maybe he comes to the Mets, he turns things around. Now, since his value is low and his contract is high, Yelich signed a contract of 9 years and $215 million after the 2019 season. He's owed an average of $26 million through years 2028. So $26 million is something Yelich is not worth, obviously. So what I propose to make this feasible is to take $10 to $11 million off the contract. That would be what Milwaukee would have to take. They would have to eat $11 million up, and we would trade a prospect, either 2 mid-level prospects or 1 prospect that we don't foresee using, maybe Ronnie Mauricio, something like that, or we can trade 2 mid-level prospects. What this would do is this would give Milwaukee some young talent. It would also relieve them of $16 million. For the Mets, we could swallow that contract. $16 million, especially 4 or 5 years in the future, would not be a high dollar contract. Also, it might be that bad. I mean, Yelich doesn't have to get back to his 2018 form. He doesn't have to hit 46 home runs. If he can get back to a 25 to 30 home run guy, his on-base percentage is phenomenal. That's what the Mets have been looking for, guys who get on base. So if he gets on base at a 370 clip and his on-base career-wise is 376, that could be something that I could foresee working. But at the end of the day, is it worth it? Do we foresee him being at that halfway level production guy? And there's one more thing I want to talk about is what is going on with his defense. So we see that it might be feasible for the Mets to acquire him if offensively he can get back to 25, 30 home runs. But where is his defense? Because we are concerned about defense as well. So in 2022, we'll look at Yelich's outs above average. His outs above average, he was in the 12th percentile. So that means the outs that Yelich saves in the outfield. 12th percentile is horribly low. So that is not good. Then we're going to look at his outfield jump. And he is in the 1 percentile. So that is even worse. So that is not good. And his arm strength is in the 27th percentile, which is also well below average. So that is not good. So defensively, his metrics in 2022 are horrendous. His offensive metrics are not the worst, but they are far from 2018, 2019. Like I said, he is putting the ball on the ground more, and he is not getting the ball in the air. His rate is down to 2.3, down from 11.3. So all in all, do I think Yelich could be a Met, and would it work? And I'm going to say emphatically, no. He's not going to be a Met because the more importantly, and this is what my boss used to always tell me, people lie, numbers do not lie. Clearly what we've seen is a declining player. If we would acquire Christian Yelich, we would be acquiring a very risky asset. That is something that we do not need. I know Steve Cohen is not opposed to risk, but what he does is he measures that risk. Verlander and Scherzer, those contracts, he took a risk. Those guys are older players, but it's measured risk. They're 2 to 3 year contracts. Yelich is signed through 2028. Even if it's $15 million a year, even if Milwaukee gobbles up $10, $11, $12 million, you're going to be dealing with this guy for 6-7 years in the future. This is going to be turned into another albatross on the Mets, even if it's going to be at a low value. So, and he's going to be a declining player. I mean, we had to deal with David Wright. We know that the back does not get better. Unfortunately, the knee does not get better. So these are injuries he's already had to deal with. There's already been a steep decline. And although Yelich has been productive in the past, and you can see his numbers, he does get on base, he does hit the ball still halfway hard. He is still productive now, but he's only 30 years old, and the contract extends to 2028. So he's going to get older, and he's going to get worse. He's not going to get better. So that is my assessment on acquiring Christian Yelich. It's a no-go for me. I don't see any value there. I don't see any potential trade package that would be worth it. Even if we got him for a bag of balls, we'd still have to pay the guy. The less we gave to Milwaukee, the more of the contract we would have to take. So all in all, those are my thoughts. Please tell me what you think. Do you think that it would be worth it for the Mets to acquire Yelich at any price? Do you think that Yelich has anything left in the tank? Let's hear it. And again, thank you so much. Please do me a favor, subscribe right there. Hit the like button. We are growing, and our growth depends on you. By opening day, I know it's going to be a little tough because I need 1,000 subscribers. We just started a little over 2 months ago, maybe a little less than 2 months. So we've gotten a little over 200 subscribers since then. So I project, hopefully by the trade deadline, we'll be at the 1,000 subscribers. And who knows? I mean, if we pick up momentum, I might be there. We might be there a bit faster. So thank you so much for your continued support. It is so fun to do this. Thank you so much. See you soon. And as always, let's go Mets. Super Bowl over. Now we got baseball season.